Why Republican leaders in Congress are so confident they'll take over the House this November. How? We'll ask our guest, Dallas Congressman Pete Sessions. On Flashpoint, to boycott or not boycott Arizona over its illegal immigration law. And the budget gap in Texas gets bigger and bigger. How to pay? Coming up on your Capitol Buzz.
Good morning and welcome to Inside Texas Politics. Our guest today, Dallas area Republican Congressman Pete Sessions, who's joined us from Washington, and joining the questioning as always, Gromer Jeffers, political writer with the Dallas Morning News. Well, Congressman Sessions, you also wear another hat that says chairman of the National Republican Congressional Committee, and you're also in charge of getting more Republicans in that role elected to the House. The outlook for the Republicans right now, looking up, the Wall Street Journal NBC News poll came out this late part of the week saying independents are swinging toward the GOP. You need 41 seats to take control of the House. So a good yes or no question right out of the box. Will Republicans take back the House this November?
I think we will, Brad, and I think we will because the agenda which we endorse, support, and will be talking about will be about jobs. It will be about moving our economy forward, and it will be about ending the debt that we have in this country. We must have an agenda that is about American competitiveness and the opportunity to grow jobs all across this country.
Congressman, let's talk about jobs. The latest jobs report shows the nation gained about 290,000 jobs. There was a slight increase in the unemployment rate. Is the economy getting better? And if the economy is getting better, how will that hurt or hamper your efforts to take back the House, since it's all about the economy?
Gromer, thank you for the question. In fact, there were some 500,000 new jobs added as a result of the census that was being done by the government. So government jobs are doing really quite well. But if you look at back home, places back home, there are some 400,000 jobs where teachers are involved, where local communities, school boards are having difficult times. We see a brand new health care bill that will diminish jobs all across this country, and now a further attack on employers. So I believe that as we see Pelosi-Obama agenda about attacking employers, about continued government spending, and about further debt, you're going to see where the free enterprise system will continue to lag behind government. We've got to grow free enterprise jobs.
Congressman, let me ask you this. Last year, you said that you believed Obama was trying to sort of reduce the stock market and raise the unemployment rate. Do you still believe that?
What I believe is that the president's agenda that includes cap and trade, health care, and card check, which are the three largest political items of President Barack Obama and Nancy Pelosi and the Democratic Party, all net lose 10 million American jobs. Obviously, the assault on these 10 million jobs means the diminishment of not only stock prices, but the power of the free enterprise system. When that is your agenda, I would say that you pretty well are on record of saying that you are going to try and fight with the free enterprise system rather than work with them. And it's the free enterprise system, including small business, that's the engine of our economy. And this is, once again, the difference between the Republican Party and the Democratic Party. The Republican Party is all for doubling the size of GDP, as Republicans did in the 14 years that Republicans were in charge, and growing our economy where America is employer nation. Yes, sir, I stand behind that, and I think the facts are pretty clear.
Congressman, let me ask you about oil. In 2008, the Republican mantra was drill, baby, drill, which we heard a lot. But with oil blobs washing up on Alabama beaches and landing on the barrier islands in Louisiana, and will House Republicans agree to stricter regulations to offshore drilling that's already underway or approved, and limits to offshore drilling that's just been introduced into the Senate?
I think it's important to note that this is taking advantage of a crisis. We know that we had Hurricane Katrina, the largest storm ever to hit the U.S. shores. Not one drop of oil occurred as a result of that storm that came on our shores. This was a mistake. This was BP not following not only best practices, but ignoring even safety concerns as they were apparent to that crew.
You don't agree it's an act of God, like Governor Perry had alluded to, perhaps?
Well, I don't know about that, but what I would say is that the actual practices that BP was following, they very clearly said it is their mistake, and they will pay for all of the damages related to that.
But doesn't that mean that there needs to be more oversight of drilling that is underway, that the Minerals Management Services has really been sort of asleep at the switch in regulating drillers offshore?
I don't think there's any question that MMS needs to change their practices, and that is to focus instead of how these leases would be obtained to actual on-site evaluation. But the real responsibility comes down to BP, who has said that they will pay for these problems. We need to follow best practices. There needs to be a more strict control of looking at these rigs that are in place. But let's go straight to it. There's some 5,000 gallons a day that are being pumped in to the ocean that we need to stop, and we can do that. But a lot of other existing sites are only producing 5 and 10 and 15 barrels of oil a day. We must go and find new sources, because if we do not, it means we have a continued reliance not only on foreign oil of giving $500 billion to nations that do not like America, but we have to spend an incredible amount of money for a blue navy to keep these shipping lanes open. We need to be responsible, and we can get it done.
Yeah,
Congressman, let's talk about electoral politics back home in Dallas County. You're the godfather of the local GOP party here. Do you think the Republicans will gain countywide seats in Dallas County? Will you win the district attorney's race, the county judge race? What are your prospects?
I think it's important to note that the county judge was defeated in his own primary. That shows the weakness of the Democratic Party and the kind of candidates that they have been putting up.
But we believe we
have good candidates. I think we can win. It will once again will the Republican message of jobs and the opportunity for us to work to make this country strong again, will Republicans want to win enough to get the job done in Dallas County? I think that answer is yes. I think we have great candidates. I think we will get it done.
Congressman Sessions, thank you very much for joining us today. We appreciate your time.
You bet.
From Washington.